Hello, welcome back to the channel. Divisional round week. It is currently Friday at 6 o'clock. I'll try my best to get this out by 7-ish. Really was slow on the draw here. Sorry about that. Birthday week and that. Who cares though? Let's get right into the action. Quick recap from last week. I know the boys in my group chat are looking for this one. Yes, the Jags. I was very wrong on. Hand up. I messed up. Bleep that. I don't know ball when it comes to the Jags. I did get it back with the Giants winning. That helped a bit. Moving into this next weekend, sorry about the Jags. Speaking of those Jags, I will be taking them against the spread, Jacksonville versus Kansas City. So the Chiefs will be in control the entire game. I believe there'll be a few moments where the Jags could probably keep it under 7 or so. But after how emotional that game was all last week, I don't know if the Jags can get bounced back, If anyone could, it's this young team full of young guys, new guys. You saw that thing with Zay Jones totally buying into the Duval, that whole chant. And Dougie P and Doug Peterson, in the battle of the ex-Philly coaches, he should be able to make that guy, make him happen, get him up for that game and keep it close. Kansas City defense is not as good. It's still good, but not as good as it has been in past years. And with how aggressive the Jags are, and they love to pass the ball, and they went up tempo and it really kind of worked in the second half. I do expect this game to fly over. Maybe we're looking at like a 35-30 game, something like that, 35-31, something like that. I think the Chiefs would be in control the whole time, but the Jags will probably score closer to the end, maybe a little onside kick action and some knees for the Chiefs. But I do think Chiefs will be in control, yet the Jags will cover. A little bit of a theme for the rest of the video. Moving on to the Giants at Eagles, minus 7.5 for the Eagles, over under 48. I have the under and the Giants. I'm worried because the entire world has the Giants, but everyone had the Giants last week, and that obviously went out. I'm starting to go away from the whole public thing. I think that, there's enough in Vegas where they know what's happening, where even if people get public, who cares? I think this hinges on the health of Hurts. If he runs the ball and he hits someone, doesn't avoid getting tackled in the first game, at first hit, he bounces up and he's ready to roll, let's go. Then the Eagles are in for a long day. If Jalen's still banged up, this game could get out of Philly's hands quick. I know we saw the Eagles didn't really care, but the Giants played their full-on backups and almost beat them with Davis Webb, legend of nothing. And the Giants, hung in that game, made them force field goals. So I think that it'll be a closer game than people think. Similar to the Chiefs, I don't know, not as similar, but I think that there might be times where the Eagles go behind. I think they'll end up winning. The 7.5 is big because I think it's a touchdown game. I won't predict an outright Giants win, but it wouldn't surprise me if it happens. As for the total, I believe this game will be a classic war in the trenches, divisional game. These guys know each other. And touchdowns will be pretty hard to come by as they have really good defenses. This could be a kicking battle. I really do like the over for both kickers to hit field goals. That's my official pick of the week. Last week I had Tyler Bass over 1.5 field goals. That was the easiest pick of all time. I like both kickers to hit field goals here. So over 3.5 in the game, and each kicker to hit 2. So that's my prediction. A little Graham Gano, Jake Elliott action. Moving into Sunday, the traditional day. Cincinnati Bengals at Buffalo Bills. I currently am in Buffalo, so we'll see how that goes. The whole town's going crazy. People in my office were wearing Bills gear all day. It was crazy. I think the Bengals keep it close, and it's an under. This is the game that we've been waiting for a few weeks. Thank God tomorrow's okay, but we only got a quarter of it a few weeks ago. I believe this game will be decided on the turnover margin. Josh Allen has kind of regressed a little bit back into the turnover machine he used to be. Which kind of kept the Dolphins in that game when he kind of just fumbled to the ground. The ball popped out and he picked it up and ran it back. The Dolphins had no business being in that game, yet they were and almost won that game. If I would imagine Zach Taylor, even though everyone wanted him fired 2 years ago, I imagine he knows how to count to 25 and won't be vaping on the sidelines like our guy McDaniel. Sorry Neuer had to do you guys like that. Both young gun QBs have had their hype trains pumped a little bit because people are starting to realize, McDaniels. Allen's kind of regressed a little bit into the turnover machine, and Joe Burrow's not really had a great playoff game in a while. He keeps winning, but not with great statistics. I wonder if there's another guy that had moxie, swagger, was a little bit under-recruited in college, that didn't play particularly well on offense, yet always won and had a really good defense and just kind of kept going and felt like an inevitability. That would be Tom Brady, who's unfortunately out, but will probably be on the Titans next year. Looking back at this game, I think the Bengals just got like this X factor. So like the kind of the Bradyism almost, where I think we could be seeing a dynasty being built there because it just makes no sense. Like they have bad defenses, but it just keeps happening. I do think that each team will try to be establishing the run. The defenses aren't as good, but they are turnover prone. Both teams a little bit. So I do think that we'll see a few red zone turnovers potentially or empty trips going for it, even though both teams got great kickers. I do see a low-scoring game here, so I think it's like a 24-20 game. So give me the Bengals. I'm not openly predicting money lines, but if I would have to pick an underdog for the week, gun ahead, it would be the Bengals. I know I keep fading the Bills, and this means they're going to win the Super Bowl because I faded Joe Burrow all the way to the championship game. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I'll take Burrow in this spot. And moving on to the night game, this is everyone's favorite game, your grandpa's favorite game. I like the Cowboys +4 in the over 46. Now, I'm only doing this because I think the 49ers are going to kill them. I love the Niners so much that I have to take Cowboys. It's just kind of how it works. I believe that both of these teams will be significantly better down the stretch in the next few years, despite their questions at the QB position. People are really hating on Dak for no reason. I think he's a very suitable quarterback. He's not the greatest, but he's just all you need, right? And I think also they get up way too fast on Trey Lance. I think not them, but people in general. I think Lance will come back next year if it's not Brady, and he'll really make this team different. With his ability to run, if they start doing a little read option with how great their weapons are on offense, watch out, watch out, watch out. As for this game specifically, not the future, I see a surprisingly high-scoring game, just surprisingly because it's the lowest total on the board, only at 46. And I think there'll be multiple 40-yard touchdowns. I don't know if you can bet as a prop anymore. I know you can in the Super Bowl, but so maybe in this game. But like longest scoring play over 40 yards, I think is easy. I don't know if that's a number, but that's just what I think in my brain. Niners are my Super Bowl pick. I really do think they're on the table. But I think it could be a field goal game, kind of how life works, where it's like I think they'll blow them out, but it'd be really funny if a Brett Maher missed a field goal after his debacle last week. If he missed a field goal to win the game, the media would just that storyline writes itself. So I think that would be pretty funny if he missed a kick to end the game. I'm not trying to hate on him, but that's just something we could see happen. So trying to get this out as quick as I can. I know every time I say I want to do a quicker video, it ends up being 8 minutes, 8:30, 9 minutes, something like that. So I'll try to cut this down in 8 minutes and get it out to you people. Thanks for the great growth recently. Please like and subscribe. And be sure to use this video to make fun of me about my lack of knowledge of ball. Thank you guys. See ya.